That was how the original setting went. I thought it wouldn't have carried over to the remake, but, considering the opening cutscene, it seemed it did. That was a little pitiful. Russell. Sigh. Well, thanks to that, I could better immerse myself in my setting. I lifted the pendant gently, as a character unable to keep a memento of his own would never handle others roughly. I figured this would be the right action to take. So long as the character setting wasn't blatantly ignoring causality, I wanted to add as many of these details as possible because it added depth. Come on, you insects. By the way, was there any better line I could use here? As soon as I put away the pendant, I raised my sword to the goblins that had again appeared behind me. I'll send you right back to the hellhole you crawled out from. Even though I had finally compiled these lines after months of hard work, they were still lacking. There had to be something cheesier and cooler that I could say. Slash. I slashed through the goblins once more. The passages with demon nests were covered in strange roots that shone scarlet under the flickering lantern's light. Squeak. The cries of rats and goblins echoed through the passages like a discordant melody. It wasn't particularly pleasant to my ears, in fact, it hurt them. But how could I succumb to unpleasant sounds when I had already overcome this disgusting smell? Additionally, I didn't have to put up with these irritating noises. After all, it was my job to get rid of their source. In other words, I could actually vent my full anger on these things without much trouble. I won't leave even a single trace of you bastards. Die, you fuckers. Outwardly, because of my unending hatred toward your mere existence, inwardly, for my ears. Wah-ha. Crunch. I smashed in the heads of goblins that appeared before me. Before long, I reached a crossroad leading to the only passage I hadn't yet entered. I brushed off the blood that had splattered onto my body and stepped forward without hesitation. Shortly after, I reached a spacious area. Keek. The huge, empty space was covered in black and soggy ropes with dozens of goblins within. One among them stood out the most. Cack, cack. A goblin, holding a cane, walked between the others as they parted like the Red Sea. Hobgoblin, a mutation that occurs when a goblin survives after ingesting a great amount of demonic energy. They have higher intelligence and special powers that normal goblins lack. Hobgoblins had bright red skin instead of the usual olive coloration and were twice the size of normal goblins. Usually, they also appeared as random weak mobs, but it wasn't too strange that they'd decided to use one as this area's boss in the game's early stages. Your perp.